It's estimated that about 15% of the population suffers from misophonia. So it is very likely that without even realizing it, you have a friend or family member who suffers from this condition. Now, what is misophonia? Well, because the science is relatively young and new, we don't yet have a strict definition for this condition. However, in general, it means that certain types of sounds, often eating sounds, will trigger in the sufferer intense feelings of distress, anger, disgust, and the inability to concentrate on anything other than those noises while they are occurring. Now, it's important to note people with misophonia do not generally lash out because of these feelings. In my case, I know that I will either politely ask the people to stop doing what they're doing, or I will remove myself from the room or avoid the situation altogether. So, what does the science say about what happens during misophonia? Well, episodes. When a person experiences their trigger noises, they actually exhibit a physiological fight or flight response, as indicated by things like increased heart rate and increased skin conductance. Additionally, they have increased activity in areas of the brain that are associated with emotional regulation and processing, as well as salience. Salience refers to the brain's ability to focus on one thing at the expense of everything else. So, the bad news. There is no, as of now, actual cure for misophonia, and there aren't even any evidence-based treatments. So, what can you do to support a loved one or a friend with misophonia? Well, I have come up with 3 general rules plus 1 bonus rule for 3 tips and 1 bonus tip for if you want to go above and beyond in showing your support for this person. So tip number 1, take small bites. In addition to being good for your own satiety, weight control, gustatory experience, even dental health, taking small bites means that those noises are going to be less intense and less gross to the person with misophonia. So that's number 1. Number 2, please do not talk while you're chewing or when you have hard candy in your mouth or a cough drop or really anything in your mouth. This amplifies the noises about 10,000 times and is very difficult for the misophonia sufferer to cope with. Taking small bites actually helps with this because if you want to say something, you can quickly finish chewing whatever's in your mouth. So that's tip number 2. Number 3 is to not chew with your mouth open. I know that as children, we're taught that this is rude because it looks gross, but I can actually tell if someone's chewing with their mouth open without even looking, just from the sound alone. It truly amplifies the sound and makes it much, much, much more disgusting for the person with misophonia. So, those are the 3 main tips. Here's the bonus tip. If you really want to go above and beyond in supporting the person with misophonia, when you have, say, already finished a meal, sorry, I'm getting distracted by stuff that's going on out there, sticking this video through because I have no video editing skills, so sorry. But basically, if you're not hungry, if you don't need to eat right then, please either don't eat or leave the room to do so. I can actually hear people eating from across the house or even on a different floor. But if I'm in another room with the door closed it at least lowers the intensity of the sound so that it's easier to cope with. But again, this is a bonus tip. It's just if you want to go above and beyond. I'm not saying that ordinarily. You should not eat if you want to eat. So those are my tips for being supportive toward a person who has misophonia. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. And if you have misophonia or know someone who does, please share your experience in the comments below and possibly share this video with others in order to raise awareness. Because I know misophonia wasn't even recognized when I was a kid. Everyone in my family just thought that I was making it up or being upset over nothing. So it's very validating to hear stories from other people. All right, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day or night.